the thing I liked about Stern was, one, he took calls, which is a crazy thing to do. I did that for several years. I didn't love it very much, but like you do get to hear when he takes the phone calls, you get to hear like an unfiltered, insane man like yell at Bill Maher because he's anti-Catholic.
Yeah, because he had Kevin Smith on to talk about that. Yeah, to talk about dogma.
Yeah.
It's okay. So that's So they also had another falling out when Bill Maher criticized how much Howard Stern talked about loving his wife, and then Bill Maher apologized. They became friends again. Now they're not friends anymore because Bill Maher told Kevin Nealon, "We're not friends because Howard Stern won't leave his compound. He's too afraid of COVID. He's too afraid of everything. We're not friends anymore."
He's woke too. Yeah. Like he is to these people, the guy like Bill Maher, it's crazy to say, but Howard Stern is far more woke than Bill Maher. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But yeah, I heard he doesn't leave his home. And like, I've even read the conspiracy theories that he's not even in New York, that he's pretending to be in New York because in Florida, you have to pay a certain tax for having an office in your house.
Uh-huh.
And that he's on a compound in Florida and he never leaves the compound. And that's why I think he's going to be divorced at some point.
Dude,
so.
How cheap do you have to be to do tax fraud in Florida where there's essentially no taxes otherwise? I know. You won't even pay your fucking home office tax? Okay, yes.
I don't think he wants to go. And I also, for the entire time I listened to the show, he didn't want to do anything anyway. So he does kind of have a reason now to not do anything.
What does this guy care if he gets canceled as well? Like, what is it? He doesn't go anywhere.
I know.
The first thing we're going to be talking about, this is a whack pack on Politically Incorrect on Stern from November 19th, 1999. This one, so you would say that this is the kind of Stern segment you would have enjoyed? Like you would have sat in the car to listen to this whole thing?
Probably once it started, because I always liked Crackhead Bob, and Croy is so funny.
Dude.
So insanely funny to me.
So this one, the panel is Crackhead Bob, Elephant Boy, Beetlejuice, and Croy. But
also Beetlejuice and Elephant Boy were top level for me too. I love them too.
Yeah, so before they start on it though, they when they show Bill Maher showing up, he looks so miserable to be there. Both times, at no point does he seem like he wants to be there doing this. I don't know why. I guess this was just like something you had to do if you were in New York City and you could get on Stern.
I think also he would rather do an interview.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? I don't think he wanted to be doing the politically correct thing, which is that Howard Stern saying things like, "This is better than your actual show."
Dude, he's
so
rude to him.
I know. It was so good. That part I love. He's like, "No, this is actually better." Like it is.
It's also, there were like he had Carrot Top on Politically Incorrect. Let's not act like Politically Incorrect was some high-minded piece of work. But so when he first shows up, before they start, they immediately get into an argument about whether or not comedians are fun to hang out with.
I just heard not a fun guy.
No.
Just put on the
Typically,
head. Wait, what was the first part of that?
The first part was typically comedians are not fun guys, and I have to agree.
That's not true.
Oh, that is so true.
How would you know?
Because I know comedians.
No, but you don't. You don't hang out with them. You don't party with them. I've never known.
When you're with each other, you're competing to be the funniest one.
Yeah, that's different.
Fun.
How would you know? What? We don't know comedians? What? We're not in show business?
You don't know them as well as I do.
Yeah, how could you say that?
Because you guys are in radio. You're up at 4 in the morning.
We just saw you. You weren't having fun in there.
It's at 8 in the morning.
So
of course, this is not the hour. This is not the hour of comedians. Comedians hang out late at night in nightclubs.
Where were you last night?
What time do you start to become fun?
Where were you? What time can we expect you to be fun?
At least 8 hours from now.
Where were you? Where were you last night?
I'm only fun at this hour if I've been up all night.
So far, I'm not laughing.
He's talking to Howard Stern like Howard Stern is like an uncle and not like a guy who is just as, if not more, embedded in show business as Bill Maher is.
Well, yeah, I think though, and this is one of the things, people liked about Howard Stern is like radio was looked down on at that time. So like it would be movies, then TV, then radio. And like, I think that makes you feel like he's an underdog, even though he's not really an underdog. But like, yeah, people respected radio like a lot less. And once you listen to a lot of these shock jocks enough, you know that that's one of the reasons they're such dicks.
Yes.
Is because people no show them, or people are like, I got 3 minutes or whatever. You know what I mean? And like, so, I mean, they're also psychos. I'm not saying they're like Anthony Cumia is a racist psycho.
Yeah, he's a literal like racist pedophile.
Yes, he's a racist pedophile psycho. But like it was like not looked on as like the best form, even though in my mind it is the best form. Like I think audio. That's why Twitch is so fucking popular, because Twitch is fucking radio. You know what I mean?
But Twitch doesn't have, like, listening to this, the energy right away, the energy that Howard Stern and Robin Quivers have is like so good. Like when people talk about, podcasts are the new radio, it's like, no, there are like no podcast hosts who are, I don't think there are like any that are this good, because this is truly prime Stern. And Bill Maher shows up and immediately they're like, so nobody likes you. You're not like a pleasant guy to spend time with.
Yeah.
You're no fun. And then they go, so we heard you broke up. They're like, what's this, the hospital thing with the letter? And they're immediately making fun of him for breaking up with a woman in a letter.
Yes.
With a letter.
Yes.
And
I just want to.
You want sex?
Yeah. Well, not just sex.
Half the time,
Right.
from what we hear,
Romance,
you hardly
fun.
want them.
Yeah, you're very particular.
What?
No, we've had a few of your ex-girlfriends in here.
Oh, God. I have not heard the end of that.
No, that was
What?
interesting. Tell me if there's any truth to that. I want to ask you about that before we get to.
I never heard it.
All right, here's
You're
what
talking
I
about
heard.
Karen?
Karen, yeah. She's a beautiful woman, by the way.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely.
You know, you went out with her.
And a good person, too.
Yes.
And smart.
she said you liked her and everything. And one night you turned to her and you said to her, listen, I like you a lot and everything. And you were in a car with her and you handed her an envelope. And you said to her, listen.
You just had a great time.
You just had a great time. And you said to her, I won't want you to open this envelope until I drop you off. And then you brought her to a hospital.
That's so. I heard that hospital thing. I don't know what that. I don't know where
That part of the story is not true.
But the letter.
I did write her a letter.
Right. And the letter said, look, I'm breaking up with you.
Yes.
You do it in a letter?
I only that one time. What do you mean I do it in a letter?
I think maybe that's the way you do it.
that's the most psychotic behavior anyone exhibits on either of these two episodes.
Yeah, and he's like, no, this is actually the best way to do it.
It's so thoughtful.
I love one thing, because I hate this guy.